could you go into cinematherapy a little bit more? How does cinematherapy work?
Uh-huh. Actually, I developed a method called cinema alchemy, and what I do is I have three approaches: the evocative way, the prescriptive way, and the cathartic way. So this is a whole concept. Evocative is like using movies like dreams. Movies are like dreams, an entryway into our subconscious. So whenever somebody comes in and says, I saw this movie and it really touched me, I go with that and I explore deeper and deeper layers of why this touched them. This is the evocative way, and I could go into details here, but it would be a long story. The prescriptive way is I have a certain goal to work with a client, like for example, work with addiction or couples work. And so I prescribe a certain movie that helps them understand their condition, maybe break through denial, or understand with couples who learn communication. And I ask them, what about this movie, for example, worked, or what do you think like could help you, or what turns you off, what you do already, what could you learn from it, things like that. And also they can learn by proxy, like movies, for example, 28 Days, a movie about addiction. So when they see that, I can help them understand how to break through denial, but also how not to do it, not by proxy. Or About Schmidt.
What's that?
About Schmidt is a movie about
About Schmidt.
About
I didn't see
Schmidt.
it, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Explain.
For example, somebody who goes into retirement and is very unhappy. So these issues come up a lot with the baby boomer generation right now. In how not to prepare for retirement, right? And how not to do it. It's a way to work with movies too. And the cathartic way is pretty self-explanatory. To watch movies that make you laugh or cry, both. So the hormones in the body, the neurotransmitters get triggered in a way. Like laughing helps even in serious cases like cancer, has been proven, laughing. Or also psychological issues, light depression can be helped. With humor, for example, it's important that the client chooses the movie because I don't know what makes them laugh. So I ask them sometimes, I have a whole list of movies in my book and a cinema therapy website, movies I mean, and they can choose what they have seen that made them laugh before, and most likely it would make them laugh again.
The type of comedy.
The type of comedy, because everybody has a different sense of humor. Crying very similar. When somebody is grieving, sometimes actually crying can be blocked because of depression as a result of the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And crying can be a big relief and help the grieving process and can help the depression. Depression and sadness is not the same thing. Sadness is actually, when sadness comes out and crying comes out, it can actually relieve the depression, which is suppressed emotions.
Even though you're crying about a movie,
exactly,
it was a valve.
Exactly. Sometimes we cannot cry about our own situation because it's too close to us, but we can cry about another person in a movie, and then of course it's about us. And I went through that. I had a stroke 20 years ago. I have my own experience was I could for a long time not cry about what I went through. It's like the emotions are stuck. And then that's how I actually did my first cinema therapy on myself.
Wow.
I learned to cry with the help of movies, like Terms of Endearment, for example, things like that. And only after that I was able to cry. Then watching other movies that helped me gain more confidence then that I will overcome this big challenge, like My Left Foot, for example, is one. That I had access then to learning about how I can overcome my problems.
Yeah. With that movie in particular, to me it's an example of not only a movie of, wow, this guy's going through so much, my life is better, but it's also the way he went through it.
Right.
Through the tears, and
Right.
through the anguish, and through the expression.
Right.
That's how he got to be a healthier man.
Exactly. And the mythological hero's journey, are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am, very much. Joseph Campbell.
Yes, is a pattern for most movies, actually almost all movies. So the hero, even romantic comedies, in most movies it's actually the inner journey, not the outer journey. In of course action movies it's the outer journey. the hero first sometimes hesitates to take on the challenge. Then he takes it on. It goes to all these challenges and obstacles and fights the demons, inner demons, outer demons, and comes out renewed. And when we follow that, and I guide my clients to following this hero's journey, I ask them to imagine that they are the hero in the movie. They kind of create it, with hypnotherapy I can do that, an inner movie. Like our lives are inner movies in some ways, how we perceive them, right? So they become the character and they move through it, and in that way it helps them apply the situation to their own and gain the strength and confidence and the courage to, and the hope that they will be able to overcome their challenges.